Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the International Conference on Research for Social Devotion in commemoration of the 50th anniversary of Khon Kaen University. I am Sirayu Pawanna from the Faculty of Humanities and Social Sciences, and I will be an MC today. Okay. So before we begin today's sessions, which we still have a few minutes, please let me briefly inform you of the schedule of today's conference. In a few minutes, the first keynote speech on grand challenges in informatics, big data-driven ICT, innovation in cyber-physical integrated society will be given by Professor Noboru Sonehara. Okay, and followed by the second keynote speech on humanoid robot for senior society in the 21st century, delivered by Professor Volker Garafe, head of the Intelligent Robots Lab, Faculty of Aerospace Engineering from Germany. After that, the oral presentation sessions will start at 10 o'clock, and there will be a 15-minute coffee break at 10:30 to 10:45. We'll proceed to the oral presentation till lunch at 12. And in the afternoon, we'll come back with the oral presentations at 1 o'clock. And there will also be a 15-minute tea break at 2:30 to 2:45 before we continue with the rest of the oral presentations until 3:30. And we'll also be hearing the closing remark at the end of today's conference, together with the ceremony for the bestowal of the conference's best presentations. Okay, at this moment, most distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, let us proceed to the first keynote speech. I'd like to take this opportunity to invite Professor Noboru Sonehara from Information and Society Research Division, National Institute of Informatics, School of Multidisciplinary Sciences, to begin today with the keynote speech. Under a topic of grand challenges in informatics, big data-driven ICT innovation in cyber-physical integrated society. Please join me in welcoming Professor Noboru Sonehara as the first keynote speaker of today.
Good morning, everyone. So I'm very happy to attend this international conference on research for social devotion. And also congratulations of 5 years Khon Kaen University. And I would like to self-introduction. So I'm a director of Information and Society Research Division, National Institute of Informatics, NII, in Tokyo, Japan. And my colleague, Associate Professor Vanida Kanakad, this is first call, of Khon Kaen University, was visiting researcher in NII. And also, I was a dean, a graduate university for advanced studies. So NII has a graduate school. And Dr. Naralata, she is lecturer, I think, of the Khon Kaen University. And she has graduated from the informatics of Soken-dai. So this is a reason why I come to here. And I also a project leader of Data-centric social science research organization of information and system, ROIS. And this is my, next I will introduce my career and future plan. So about 26 years I worked for NTT. It's the same company as TOT in Thailand. And I developed facsimile communication. And after that, I moved to ATR, Advanced Telecommunication Research Institute International. And I doing the research concerning a neural computing system. After that, I moved back to the NTT, and I was a director of the digital commerce. And I exit a private company and moved to university. So National Institute of Informatics, just character, T is changed to I, NTT to NII. But salary was reduced half. It's a joke. So I'm a researcher of the data-centric social science and data-driven innovation. And I am planning to move to NII to Khon Kaen University from 2011, 18. So if you agree, so big data-driven ICT innovation center. Oh, okay, so I will show you National Institute of Informatics, NII, and Soken-dai. So left side is NII, so which is located in the Tokyo station in Japan. And neighborhood is Emperor. So my research floor is located on the 18th floor. We can see the inside of Emperor Palace. So if you come to Japan, Tokyo, please call, inform me. So you can see the inside of Emperor Palace. And Soken-dai is located on the Miura Peninsula of Kanagawa Prefecture. So this university educate of research for the scientific field. Okay, so I will talk with the grand challenges in informatics. So first of all, I will introduce CyberPhysical integrated society. So it's being formed. And second, so big data-driven ICT innovations. And third, big data and data privacy. This is a key issue in this field. So what happened 2020? This is a quiz. Of course, 5 years later, so 50, I don't know, you have such event, 55 years of social devotion of the Khon Kaen University. So, answer is 2020, the Tokyo Olympic and Paralympic Games. Okay, so in this Tokyo Olympic and Paralympic, Japanese, we show to the all over the world the reconstruction from the 2011 March 11th. We had a great East Japan earthquake and tsunami. more than 20,000 people died. And second is safety and security of cyber-physical society. And third, so we need social innovation, not only social devotion, but also the social innovation, strongly needed. So we will develop the big data-driven ICT innovations. And also, we will show you the 2020 in Tokyo Olympic electric vehicles and autonomous cars will show up, I think. So next speaker is related robotics. Perhaps I think this is related a little bit. Okay, next. So what is a cyber-physical integrated society? So it's an integration between cyber and physical world. So you know ICT devices and sensors, such as a smartphone or some smart grid of every kind are connected to the network. And information is digitized and allowing anyone to access it anytime. So integration or federation between information space, it's a cyber space, and the real world, it is called the physical world. So in another word, cyber-physical integrated society is being formed. So what is a cyber-physical integrated society? So lower layer, so physical world, so shop, financial institution, building, public facility, home, school, hospital. So the many information is collecting as a big data in the cyberspace. So in the cyberspace, we will do the smart grid or e-commerce or rational policy making or decision making. So this interaction between cyberspace and the real world will be more important. So our research is to solve the social problems. So as I mentioned just before, so lower layer, physical world. So environment, energy, facilities, medicine, food, disaster, and so on. And cyberspace, this is realized by the information and communication technology. And also data by the smart device or smart grid or every kind of sensor is stored, collecting and stored in the cyberspace, so big data. So we have to use, we have to analyze big data and provide the feedback to the service. So this is a big data-driven system. The most difficult problem in the real society, so there are many problems, but one point is the subject to decision making is based on the incomplete data and partial data and incomplete knowledge. So we have to, for the management, or, okay, sorry. So we have to do the decision making by the partial data and incomplete knowledge. So data analysis and data-driven service is needed. So data-centric social science. So to support rational decision making. So we are collecting the diverse and massive amount of digital data, so-called big data, in the web, SNS, and smartphone devices. And we are doing research to create a new data-centric science based on the analysis of the data and the synthesis of service. I will show you big data-driven ICT innovation. Just example. So next generation ICT, so human and social activity at the physical world reflected in cyberspace. And the power of data or power of information. So I think it's intelligence brings about data-driven information service. So we have to sense the human social behaviors, so analyze data, synthesize service, and provide feedback in the timely manner. This is a very important technology. So big data driven system is like this. Left side, cyberspace, human and society, and this is cyberspace, and lifelong location data, communication history collected, and record of the activities in the human and society. And social data infrastructure analyze the web, SNS data, communication data, and also public statistic data. It is called open data. And data management, data anonymizing, or another credibility evaluation. And we have to provide feedback for policy making or decision making to the human and society. So this is so I will show you the example of web data-driven tourism and disaster prevention.
Sorry, it's not good.
Okay, thank you. So demand is like this. Public policy supporting system. So in this system, supported by the Kyoto City. So demand is local government wants to know the daily number of tourists because Kyoto City is a very good place if you have a chance to go to first to Kyoto. Okay. So this is every year 20 million people can visit to Kyoto City. So local government, Kyoto City, wants to know daily number of tourists. And they want to know the daily congestion in Kyoto area. Or, for example, traffic system or a bus or a public bus or something like that. And also they want to know the number of tourists in emergency. So in Kyoto, we have some saturated water, rain. So many people cannot. 2 years ago, many people could not go back to home. So approach, we developed the tourist estimation system based on booking long data from the integrated database. So booking long means if you come to Khon Kaen, so in my case, I access to several web reservation sites. So Pullman is vacant or occupied or how much, okay? So our system is provide big data collection. So as I mentioned, many data-centric public policy are realized. So, but many cases using the social survey data. This is not real time. Okay, it needs of 3 months or half year. So we want to realize to the online, real-time population density or something like that. So we use web reservation data, so booking log data is used for public policy. How do I do that? So, for example, Pullman Hotel. I stayed in the Pullman Hotel. So Pullman Hotel have to get a guest from many media. So upload Japanese web reservation site or local government website or some other website. In Japan, mainly 2 or 3 major reservation sites are existing. So every hotel upload to such system. So every day I looking for the I am looking to the situation of website. So which hotel is available or not. So not only vacant or occupied, but also the facility price. Facility means this hotel is designed for the barrier-free or not. It's a very important information for senior people or handicapped people, or price or occupied room or reservation station or some events or reputation. So this is a kind of inverse problem. So we can see only full booked or vacant, 1-0 problem. But every day, if you look at every site, and Pullman Hotel is available or not, how much in this season is some event is related or something like that. So we get this real data, in this case, total number of booked room from the web data. So real world and web reservation booking site is like this, and we have to solve the inverse problem or only observe data. So this is a result. So this is a Kyoto city. In Kyoto, major hotel is 178. In Japan, we have more than 20,000 hotels. So it's a major, mean the employee is 10 employees. It's a big hotel. So this is a comparison with the statistic data and estimated data. The blue line shows estimated data from the web booking data. And yellow line shows the social survey. So each data, social in the statistic data, so every month only one time data is obtained. But our system is every day. Pullman Hotel is occupied how much or something like that. I don't know how many hotels in Khon Kaen. 20? Oh. Okay, so this is the evaluation of the data reliability. So conclusion. So left side compared to the statistic data and estimated data. So error comes to less than 9%. So we can use it. And also, this system provides price prediction. Next year, in this season, Pullman Hotel, how much? And this is price. And work rate prediction. So local government wants to know how much tourists or business people stayed in Pullman Hotel. So this is a total system. So local government want to do the tourism policy making or decision making. So price prediction, and this figure shows the Kyoto Station. Is the center circle shows the Kyoto Station. Within 500 meters, within 1,000 meters, and within 2 kilometers. So how many hotels are existing around the Kyoto Station, and how much, which hotel is vacant or occupied? So we can see, if you want to know, you access to this site. So you, next week, how much you can know. So economic effect evaluation. So how many hotels in this area, for example, Khon Kaen local government wants to know how many hotels in this area or how many guests in this area. So price estimation or visualization situation, current situation. Also, it is possible to congestion estimation and the visualization current situation. So this is another, okay. So same system is applied to evacuation and navigation. So this disaster mitigation policy making. So we are collecting lodging facilities and Shinkansen. Shinkansen is the first train from the in the Japan, and stayed in Sendai City before and after the earthquake by booking log analysis to support for this disaster mitigation, such as efficient resource management. So this is a result. So this is a blue line shows state of Shinkansen recovery. So unfortunately, March 11th, so we had the earthquake. So every Shinkansen and hotel is shut down. And Shinkansen case is April 26th, it's recovered. But the limitation of the number of the trains and the speed of limit and rate is before the earthquake 100%, but April after the disaster becomes to 56%. So it's a kind of resilience. And also hotel is earthquake happened. So every water, electricity, infrastructure shut down. So gradually increasing the state of hotel. And it becomes to 60% after 2 months after earthquake. So you can use this information, so hotel or transportation system management by the local government. So this is the final. I have 5 or 6 minutes, I think. So this is a society with surveillance cameras. So I don't know. No, okay. This is London and Tokyo. And Japan, 2010, more than 3.5 million surveillance cameras. And England becomes the 4.2 million surveillance cameras. So this is a Google, large-scale privacy protection, a Google Street View. So upper side, so there is a Google catch the face, human, and they anonymize. But the lower side is the car, so a car number. So present gives face, present technology. So face recognition becomes 89% who are working in the and car number recognition becomes 95%. If we, I don't know. So this is the real situation. So future seeing. So this is the normal seeing of the this. We can see everywhere in Khon Kaen. So the car, how much this car and clothes. So how many children in this house, and this bag is brand or not. If you use Google Glass, so everything is resolved. So only privacy protection. So you can see this kind of view. So I want to say that balance protection with utility of the personal information. Okay, it's a kind of balance of utility or protection or convenience or security. So my idea is like this. So vertical axis shows the protection level. The horizontal is a utilization level. So at present, we have, in Japan, we have to design only single service vector. But I think the right of self-information control and user has to have freedom of the service selection. Okay, so if you high security oriented service, so you will select blue line, blue vector. But if you disclose your information, you have what kind of hobby you have. So in this case, information-oriented service. So user, consumer, student can have the freedom of the service selection. So this is the principle of identity data commons. So first, the degree of disclosure can be determined based on one's own choice, and they ensure the user freedom of the service selection, and the license of the data given to the user, and how information is handled is determined based on the license. So second graph shows bars. So there are four kinds of license. So first is anonymous. So this license can be used only when the data has been technologically anonymized. And second is the BARTs. So if this data is not is used only in non-commercial use, so it can be used on the non-commercial purpose. The third is emergency. So where we are, and my mail address or something, mail address to the, my family. So it can be used only during emergency. So and the last is termination, period of use. The duration of the preservation of the personal information is X years. Afterward, it is deleted. So this is a system configuration, license, purpose, and the commercial domain or public domain. So at present, I want to realize the ID data commons during emergencies. So appropriate rescue or relief plan can be quickly determined by collecting, understanding personal information and individual attributes. So, for example, where a person lives in a stricken area, if he or she is child or adult, or there is someone who can help him or her, or she or he understand Japanese. This is very severe problem in the Japanese great East Japan earthquake and tsunami. So in Japan, there are many students or foreigners, but only announced is Japanese. So every people ask to me. So it's a very difficult problem. So adaptation to the foreigner or its language. Some people ask to the Mount Fuji will be or something like that. And Germany ambassador moves to Kansai, and French ambassador hired airplane, and 2,000 people of the mainly student go back to France. It's a real situation, not joke. So conclusion. So cyber integrated society is being formed, and big data-driven ICT systems and service for social innovation, and harmonization security with utility of personal information. So this is a small, not small, this is a kind of proposal to KKU. So the collaboration research concerning the book-long big data-driven ICT system and service, and data-centric social science or decision-making support systems. And third is big data and data privacy, so ID data common. It's a candidate of the research collaboration. Okay, thank you very much for your kind attention. If you have a question, please ask Wanida-san or me. So this is mail address. Document is the having Wanida-san. Professor Wanida has my presentation document. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Professor Noboru Sonehara, for the interesting speech. Okay, it's interesting to know, to learn more about what's up with the ICT today. Okay, and it's very clear that ICT is becoming involved in our daily life in every aspect. Okay, well, is there any question to ask Professor Sonehara? Okay,